I'm live.
You good?
Yeah.
You staying over there or you gonna work over here?
I'll be already.
Okay, no problem. Alright. Contact. You got it.
All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Chakadash.
Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers out there. And as you can see in the title, all right, this truth requires more than just going to camp and doing videos, all right? And this whole class, we pretty much just said, like a rebuke, reproof, exhortation, class session. It was impromptu all through the spirit. And we started off with Big Ock, he ended up getting on a couple of the younger brothers. And then through spirit, it just, continued throughout the entire class. And I was going to say, especially for you younger Ock, you got to remember that, and I'll say this. Yes, it's beautiful that you, learning your scriptures. All right, you go to camp. Okay, you're making videos. That's beautiful, but there's much more to this truth than just those things. Okay, we talked about it. Are you applying wisdom at your job? Okay, are you taking heed to what older brothers are saying, the elders? All right, are you changing, your bad habits, so on and so forth?
Are you growing?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be, and I would like to talk, turn it off. That's air conditioning already. Turn both of the fans off. Your ear is not it's not yet. That one talks. That's why it's not in my room no more. I'm so serious. And we couldn't sleep and shit. But could somebody go grab the sincere milk?
Yeah, confused.
That's just weird. You gonna say something?
Nah, Peter. I just said Peter.
Alright, well, it's 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. It says, wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies. So first of all, not bringing that old man. And I'm just gonna be honest. I can't help but be honest. And we have a camp meeting coming up here in a couple of weeks because we've been noticing a little bit of this bullshit, I hear Big Ox say every time we go to town, because they're like, oh, how you brothers have to do with the big camp? It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes shit comes to fly on the radar, and we share checks and balances between the deacons and the bishops and the teachers and so forth to oversee and so forth. But then sometimes the spirit be like, no, work on this, work on that. The spirit starts to show and reveal things. All right, and sometimes this is a tendency of men of the Lord. So I'm talking about, I don't care what camp. Sometimes men revert into their emotionalism, over emotionalism, to that little petty shit, to that goddamn the tendencies of the world. We in the shit. All right, we are in a cesspool of shit. We get sometimes shit splashed on us too, and we have to clean ourselves up and grow. All right, so we get rid of that worldly shit. What was it? Remember, this was the first thing you said, malice. Yeah. Laying aside all malice. I heard little shit. Your brother have a fussing and bickering. We don't do that. No, we don't do that. No brother should have beef with no brother. All right, we're one body. We're one team. Right? The Lord said we all get the same what? Amen. So fuck all that shit. We all gonna get crowns. We all gonna get lands. We all gonna have all the promises. So there shouldn't be no bullshit, no schisms in the body. All right, go ahead. And all guile, and no bullshit, no slick shit, man up shit. Go ahead. And all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the words. When you first came in, you remember how it was, how hot you were, how passionate, how amazed, how mad, how angry, how sad, how delighted. And then you start meeting the brothers and start falling in love with these beautiful brothers and the beautiful spirits, developing long-term relationships with brothers. I've known Karab for basically 15 years, almost 15 years now. That's beautiful. And this brother, people don't know about the Elder Karab. He's quiet, he don't say much, but he's the longest standing member here in DMS Chicago. How long you been in the truth?
It'll be 16 years December.
Right, 16 in December. I came in about a year or so right after this brother. A lot of brothers came subsequently. Like I said, he's an elder statesman. All right, we get these relationships. We fall in love with these brothers, man. All right, we fall in love with Yahweh Shem Shine this truth. But guess what? That doesn't stop Satan. Someone get Satan desires to sift you as wheat, and someone get and I'll give you before, brother. And someone get devil's coming because he had a short time,
Oh yeah.
right? And then somebody get scarcely saved. I want them, and that's my role to the spirit to start. Because the brother, when I came in, was done. The brother stopped out, and that vibration that he said the class one. Technically, I started it this morning with me and Big God talking. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, and then he came in a couple hours later, and we started talking. We had a very spiritual conversation about camp business and so forth. That's why it was still in the spirit. And so he came in the camp. It's the spirit of the Lord. The spirit do what the spirit do. But the Lord knows that we all, I don't give a fuck what camp you're in, we need to fine tune. We need to get better. And this is what anytime before a war, what's the king do? He summons his generals. He takes the top generals and so forth, and summon the men, and then they go out and do what? Speak to the men. And what do? Give them a good pep talk. To do what? Endure.
Show you that in the movie Gladiator.
First thing.
Very first thing.
So hit them, Bible, finish that, and then whoever got the scriptures, we'll hit them, and then we'll open the floor up to the elder.
I got the Luke.
Luke 2 more now? What's it?
As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby.
It's what?
It says, as newborn
As
babes,
you just came in, when you just coming in, you're hot, you're fiery. How many scriptures did you read? How many researches did you do? How many videos did you watch? You were sponges. Couldn't wait till the next video. Did you go back to your time and my time? Shit, we had to wait. We were seeing maybe one video a week, for a while. And we were thirsty. And then we get mad when the apostle starts cussing out the date for 30, 40 minutes. They're like, goddamn, fuck him. And we was on Revelation, goddamn it. Oh, he eating good. We didn't get it to the spirit that it was more levels to it, and then we have to address these as part of the body, as part of it, so forth. Then we learn, then we start watching, we start seeing them scoff and stuff, then they start getting on that nerve, then it changed, like, fuck Nate, fuck I ain't gonna all these other gay bullshit. Alright, but whatever. Was anything else?
I mean,
What's next one?
if so, we have tasted that the Lord is gracious.
That's perfect. If so, desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby. If you tasted what?
If so, we have tasted that the Lord is gracious.
All right, so, and we have. So now coming to what the elders started with. We know that the major heavy lifting of this truth is going out to the camp and going out and doing your own personal videos. But like the elder brother said, Proverbs says, know the estate of thy flocks. There's a lot of inner mechanisms that go on in the body. Acts 20:27 or Acts 20:28. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and to the flock, of which the Holy Ghost has made you overseers to feed the church of God, which he's purchased with his blood. So now we have teachers, we have helps, we have governments, we have different offices within the church, which is the body of Israelites, the righteous body of the Israelites. So guess what? Well, there's a lot of stuff we got to be on top of. Watching out for wicked ass spirits and demons. He said grievous wolves have entered the flock. So we got to have to keep mind on that. We got agents. You know what I'm saying? All right. Then you got us in the flesh. We make mistakes. I promise you, we all, starting with the apostles on down, make mistakes. So we have to really be diligent and keep on our body to make sure we're making our call to election sure. So let's hit those, whatever precinct you said you start there, and whoever wants to hit the rest of them.
Luke 22:31. The Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brother.
That's so heavy. That's prophecy, knowing that when he converted, he was already converted. Mm-hmm. That means Peter had to come back again. And is Peter an anomaly? Or is he, this is indicative of all got the same thing, same tests and trials, basically. Mm-hmm. So he decides,
We all go through it. Right. Was it First Peter saying says that roaring lion?
Seeking he may devour.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're all getting tried and tested, every single one of us. Okay? You know, the Lord may, say may, well, it's all through Yahweh Shah ultimately. But you may start out having financial issues. You might have trouble in the brotherhood. All right, you may have job issues. All right, you may have some a boss that's overbearing. Okay, so on and so forth. Whatever it is, family issues, ailments.
They don't stop. Not just one brother. It just goes to the body. Right? Yes, sir. Brother.
This is Sirach 9:13. It says, "Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life in present. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city."
Read that again.
Sirach 9:13. Keep thee
No,
far.
the last one you just read.
The last part says, "Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares."
So right now we're in time of Jeremiah 30:7. The preparation of Jacob trouble. It's Trap City, man. They tell you on the news and the radio, we got them in songs and shit. It's a trap house. He said, go ahead.
No, I said, yeah.
And also, what does it say in Isaiah 59? He that departed from me will make himself great.
That's right.
It says, "Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city."
That's right. That's it. So he said, remember that. It's a trap house. Full of traps.
Here it says,
It's
the valley of the shadow of death, as scripture says.
man, perfect. Hey, who got the next
I got that Revelation
one?
12:12.
Go ahead, brother.
It say, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time."
So he said the devil, Esau, Edom, know he got a wrath, man. He know his time to tick, 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 tick. What are we seeing? We're seeing chariots all the time,
Oh, yeah.
all over the world, right? The military, brother posted a video earlier, military all across the country getting ramping up. Why are we seeing all these tankers and helicopters and Humvees and shit? We see the CBDC right here. We see everything set up. The weather's fucked. Plagues upon the earth. Women out of order. Men out of order. This is see camps going to fuck off. We are waiting on Yahweh. Everything's set. Everything. The platform is ready. That's why we must get ready. Okay. What there's another scripture. Get the other one.
Yeah, I think it's
Go ahead.
With that being said, and that's why the Lord is fine tuning everything right now, because we're really about to enter into some serious times. All right, you get overly emotional. That shit's got to go out the window, man. Look, if the elder brother tells you to go right, you better go right. Don't go left, because if you go left in that day, that's gonna be your ass, man. And I'll say this: you go left, you might get shit. You get fucked up, but you might fuck up the whole camp, man, for doing dumb shit. That's how you gotta start thinking, man. It's not just about you.
Right.
Fuck your feelings, man. Get that fucking Jody ass spirit out of here, man. That fucking baby boy ass spirit.
Over emotional ass shit.
Shit is fucking annoying, man. Now I get it, we all have that old man, a little bit in us. Where was it? Because the scriptures talk about the rudiments, right? That's in us, that the excess, the world in us. We're still chipping away at that old man, but it's gotta go, man. And I'll say this for you newer brothers, you gotta run faster, so to speak, because you're playing catch up now. See, brothers that have been in it, of course, starting with the apostles on down, they've been in it for 30 years, 20 years, 15, 10 years. They've been in it their season. You brothers that are, who've come in the past, let's say 3-4 years maybe, and less, you got a lot of catching up to do now. All right?
That's right. And to be honest with you, when the apostles come down, I still hear Apostle Tahar researching, still growing, still, finding new levels. All right? If you're really in this, you always if you're an athlete, you think once Michael Jordan got his first ring, he stopped practicing?
Right.
No, he went harder because guess what he wanted? Another ring. All right? Guess what? I ain't getting my ring yet. I ain't got my crown or a ring or nothing. So I'm fighting, man. And the thing is, that sincere look to grow. You want to keep growing and get better.
It's like they always bring me Shikari talking about a lot. Rocky, I think it's third one, him and Mr. T, man. Of course, he was the champion. He beat Apollo Creed and all that. But what happened when he got complacent? Mr. T, what is it? I forget his character. He ended up whooping his ass.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched the movie.
I think, I forget his character's name in the movie, but that's what happened. He was working hard while Rocky was bullshitting.
Yeah.
And in the end, he didn't listen to his coach, Mick.
Nope.
He kept telling him, man.
That's right. And that's the thing. This is not a clubhouse. It's not a game. All right. This is a brotherhood of the sons of God fighting for atonement. All right. Fighting for forgiveness. Fighting to do the work. All right. Fighting to grow and build and get the fuck up out of here. That's the primary goal. Of course, you might have some friends and brothers that you find with and so forth. That's cool and balanced. Right? But don't get all over emotional and start shit where, being too infatuated. But man, fuck all this shit. This is a job. In the kingdom, we can go ahead and build our relationships. In the kingdom, there's eternity for that. I hope that we can keep it with every single brother because I love my brothers. I actually love before the truth, brother brothers who care about you like I love you. You know? And he didn't show it to me until, almost 15 years ago. But now that I see this, bro, I don't want to lose it. Because everything outside of this is that. And outside there is bullshit. All right? Murder, death, kill. Every problem you can think of. Headaches and everything. Fuck that shit. I'm waiting on the Lord. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
You want to escape from Satan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I start?
Yes, sir.
This is 1 Peter, chapter 4.
With her?
It says, if you be reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
See, when you get a bunch of brothers, I don't care if it's 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, whatever. You can hold the ship and right the ship for a while. But guess what Satan doing? He working. He started shit with this brother, started shit with that brother. Get this brother this attitude, got this brother that attitude. And evidence is that we got follows from time to time. We have suspensions from time to time. Corrections and rebukes from time to time. Because Satan is desiring to sift the flock. He's coming after. So he'll jump on our brother. Brother don't even know he jumped on. Why he knew, like you said, hasn't been experienced, hasn't been vetted. The scripture says a wise man knows what?
Follow.
Yeah, when he's slipping.
Yeah.
Same thing. A wise man should know. I remember getting in trouble one time, and I came back. I wasn't in trouble at the point. Came back from wherever, to my brother, who was talking. I'm like, man, my spirit ain't right, bro. So I ain't right. I said, oh, brother, and he, kind of brushed and said, no, bro, I know my spiritual radar. So I ain't right, bro. I'm sure enough, it's serious thing. Got a call, next thing you know, head down. Not again, Lord. But then again, yes, Lord. What did King David say to Yahweh Shai? Search me, Lord. All right? To see if there's any wicked way in me. You don't think the Lord gonna search and check you out? You don't think He's gonna find something? You're perfect in this truth. Are you on that deep level? Are you an almighty, super duper 144K Israelite? Or are you fighting and you still a just man falling 7 times, pick himself back up again? Shit, I could do this better. Shit, I could do that better. I mismanaged this. I mismanaged that. I overtalked this, overtalked that. I put my foot in my mouth. That's why Paul said, I keep under my body. I keep under. All right? You keep on watching, examine yourself to make sure you're in the faith before I become a castaway. I don't want to be a castaway. Shit, the only thing I want to do castaway is roll that bowling ball. Inside joke. Okay.
So let me get this real quick. A little quick one. This is Zephaniah 1:12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves.
Damn.
You want me to keep going?
You got it, bro.
That say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So yeah, the Lord, he's gonna search Jerusalem, all right, meaning us, all right, as a people, all right, with those candles, man. He's gonna test us, try us, all right, see where our integrity's at, you know. Was it Sirach 2:1? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. You don't think things are gonna happen to you? You think it's just gonna be smooth sailing 24/7?
Constantly enduring stuff.
Yeah.
Is that through much tribulation shall we make it to the kingdom of heaven? And to the brothers, we were talking while you were out with other brothers, and I asked them. I said something, and I made a comment like, "This is a lot like the dream that the elder Yasharamba had said." That in that dream, he said he was running through. There was chaos everywhere. Shit was going on. He was running. It seemed like this black shit was falling down. Bam! And he had to move and dodge that. Bam! So he didn't know what it was, but it kept falling down. All I can liken it to is another jam. Shit, we'll bring you through another jam. Bam! Got another thing. Shit come through you all directions. That scripture, what is it? Amos or something? It says, it says he was running from a lion.
Yeah.
And he caught and then ran into a bear. Got away from the lion, which is a feat of miraculous feat, just to be seen, come the revenant. You know what I'm saying? Come against the bear, and then you get away from the bear, and finally get inside the house and then and lean your hand on the wall, and then snake got your ass. He said that's what the time is going to be looking like. All right.
One chaotic situation after
Yeah, you
another.
got one situation just to go into another one.
So now, I believe in the scripture. The Lord says that He's going to make sure you keep our children from seeing hell. He says in 6 troubles, yea, in 7, I will be there for you. My servant shall eat, and things like that. But it never said we were not going to be affected. It never said that we were just going to have an easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl experience. I've never seen that scripture. So I'm scared, bro. All right? Because when did Judas fall out? At the beginning, the middle, or the end of his ministry? Man,
Basically like the last hour, so to speak.
who would have come this far
Right.
to turn back now and fall off now?
Fuck, man.
I mean, because that means, Lord, your ultimate or utmost wicked. And the Most High have it in for you to bring you through the brother, bring you through the thing, give you all the thought just to say it again. Get the fuck out of man, the Most High said, my thoughts ain't your thoughts, my ways ain't your ways. So we have to stay humble. We have to stay before His humble throne of grace and beg Him and grow, and do everything. So when what is it said done and didn't get done doing all, having done all to stand, do all to stand. Right?
Was back in that 1 Peter chapter 4:16 says, yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Who's leading our struggle? The apostles on down. So guess who judges first? With us. And that's why the Lord spoke a brother to go off. Why? Because it was sinning. Right? And the Lord want to bring that out so He can heal him and cleanse him. Otherwise, when Most High come back, He might get destroyed. The Lord said He lost none, yea, not one, except for what? The son of perdition. All right? He said He nobody, and then He really didn't lose him. He was already prophesied to fall out. Every single elect member of the Lord is going to bring through, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be some growing pains. He said, no chastening at the present seems pleasant but grievous, but it works that peaceable fruit of repentance, and it gets better. You do better, it builds up your faith, and then it just builds you up. You start killing that old man. Behold, if any man come to Hamashiach, behold, he's a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things become new. So it should be a growing and new. It should be a like that tree that continues to grow and bear fruit. All right. It says,
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
right.
Wherefore,
No. So I'm on that word scarcely. Are you in the blue letter?
Nah, but it's right.
Somebody look up in the blue letter what the word scarcely right there means. Because this is the Lord speaking. Right? He said, if the righteous scarcely. Did he say he punishing us less than our iniquities deserve? And he said, surely know your sins will find you out. Man, it's rough, man. What do you believe? Do you believe these words?
I guess the definition.
In the blue letter?
Yeah, good.
The one.
It says with difficulty,
Oh.
hardly,
Hardly.
not easily,
Not easily.
scarcely,
Scarce. Where's Monzo? Barely.
very rare,
Who's very what?
rare,
Very what?
rare.
Wow. Now go down to Strong's definition.
Strong. It says with difficulty, hardly, scarce, with much work.
With much what?
With much work.
With much work. And guess what the work starts with? You. Right here in your mind, your spirit. In your mind, right? Get your mind right. That's yeah. You know. But I love that, brother, and I love that his title on his page because you have to get your mind right.
Yeah.
Right? And be ready to do whatever. If you be ready to do, pray to the Lord. What should I do? All right, do my lessons. Come to camp. What else can I do, Lord? What do you need me for? Use me, Lord. Direct my path. Maybe I can help out the brothers with the Hebrew classes, or maybe I can go help brothers need rides. Hey, I got a couple extra dollars off whatever. Let me go ahead and be charitable. This is the time right now to really spiritually grind yourself and grow, learn. The younger brothers should be striving to get more understanding and clarity, get deeper in these scriptures, get more understanding the parables and the dark sayings. All right, and living it. Okay, that was it, right? So you got the floor, bro. I said mine. Let's spirit up. So
This is 2 Corinthians 9 and 6. But I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully.
So you get what you put in.
Yep.
Hey, I design. You help out in the garden, Kai. If you plant one seed, what's gonna grow?
Whatever, plant that was.
Maybe one plant, right? But ain't it a maybe? Did you plant some stuff and something didn't grow?
Yeah.
How many? We had a bunch of different plots, right? Did every plot grow?
No.
You never know. You plant one seed, you might get a plant, and you might not. But then if you do get a plant, you only got one plant. Is that plant gonna survive you the whole winter? Is that plant gonna provide you all your nutritional value?
Right.
You might get by, but they ain't gonna last.
Yeah, like the other prof said, you get what you put in, man. And you see, you got a lot of Jakes out there, and I'm just generalizing it. They're bare minimum Israelites. Oh, okay. I went to camp. I did my videos. I went to the one class. Okay, cool. Like how we were saying in class, because a lot of brothers, because we were talking, the brothers who've been in it for about 10 years and above, right? We were talking about how we used to break bread non-stop. Here in this house, St. Benski's old house, next door,
They used to be
Now
I miss that stuff.
right?
Well, and they don't know that. And this is one thing that the next exhortation to younger, to the other elder brothers, tell the stories of your particular camps, and then the history. A lot of these young brothers came in. You're not home. How long you been the camp?
It's been like almost a year. It's been like a year and a little bit, some change.
Okay. Almost a year and a half. He don't know Quran, unless we tell him that he was the elder statesman. He don't know about Batak. He don't know about Yasharan. He don't know about shit. The brother from Bloomington, Shamaria, the giant Ayash. You know, some nice guys, man. All right, you don't know the story, Sar Shahar. Sar Shahar. I remember when I came that first day, brother, on 87 Cotton we camped out. I remember you, Mahmoud, Batak, and so forth. But guess who stood out the most to me? You know why? He was 17 years old. I was 35. I'm jealous as hell. I'm just being honest. I was spiritually jealous in a righteous way. I was just beaming, smiling at him, just like, man, this young, this a kid. And he the truth. You know, I was wooed. You know, now we got brothers, you know, as young as 12, 13 years old. Yaikwak, he came to the truth at 12. He's what, 22? Something like that. Quippy, miss you. You don't watch the video.
You know, we were talking about these things and how can it really get real quick. Malachi 3:16. And we talked about how brothers should be constantly breaking bread, calling each other on the phone. All right. Now, of course, there's a balance to everything. You know, we're not saying you got to do it every moment when you have free time, but you should constantly be in communication with the men around you.
Interaction, balance this.
I mean, it all depends on everything.
I'm talking according to the spirit, scriptures.
You gotta be more in the spirit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is balancing the scriptures. Doing and the proof of it is one scripture. Those that have wives, be as if they don't have none. So what should your main focus be on this ministry?
Mm-hmm.
Now the Lord is not an asshole. Our Lord is not overbearing. All right. So if you put in your videos a day, you're growing, you're reading periodically. Especially if you're young, you should be reading all the time. Okay. But like you said, miss not the discourse of the elders. You should be watching videos. You should be wearing out the steps of the door. See, you got a young man, you have access to the brothers to come over to classes. Brothers who ain't doing shit, brothers who ain't got no job, nigga, you ain't got no job, you ain't shit to do. You should be in class, grooming yourself. Of course, go out there and find your job, find your hustle or whatever. And then once that's taken care of, what's about the body? What's about you? What's about growing in your how about Shemal Shai? Okay. Jordan?
Can you read that?
Yeah, Malachi 3.
And I think 16.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 16. It says, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
We speak often one to another. Not just a little bit, not just during camp and class. No, they speak often. All right. As you sing, brothers, outside of class and camp, you calling them, periodically, so on and so forth, texting, whatever, man. Shit. You got guys out there that want to be lone wolves, and every time there's a lone wolf out there, right? He doesn't get far. They end up falling out. Now, there are particular brothers who are more reserved, a little more quiet. I always think of Elder Bob Rock. But what happens? He comes out every so often. He congregates and he breaks bread.
He does the further outside the city. You know what I'm saying? He makes sure he does, periodically. I'm not for all the brothers who kind of back the shot. Yeah, he does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Now you done moved them there in that direction and shit. I know you 20, 30 minutes from him. But I mean, this is what it is, man. And I've been inundating myself with the brothers, man. And making sure we do our lessons. Now, like Apostle Tahar said, it's not now just one lesson. No, man, we be doing 1, 2, 3 lessons a day. This is crunch time. All right? Go ahead, brother. What's the scripture say? It's high time. Somebody get that on deck. Go ahead, brother.
And Yahweh hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahweh, and that thought upon his name.
Exactly. So the Lord is basically going to remember your works, all right, and your labors of love. If these things aren't done in vain, all right, the Lord sees it. and He's gonna reward you for these, these acts that you're doing. Because look, everyone's gonna get a reward at the end of the day. All right, everyone. Let me get this real quick. Salah, he just thought about this. Actually, I think it's one of my favorite scriptures, top 5. This is Revelation 22:12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So if you've been, sowing spiritual, things, you're gonna reap spiritual things, a spiritual reward. That reward that we want.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That righteous reward. But if you've been lazy, I'll say this too, because you got a lot of guys out there that know the truth, but they're slothful. Okay, they're lazy. They're that wicked servant as the scriptures talk about in the Gospels. In the parable. That servant that hid the talent. Okay, you got a lot of guys out there that are just them keyboard, warrior, Israelites. Shalom in a goddamn fist pump, man, and maybe some spaceships. All right, that's cool. Now what? We mentioned that in Tuesday camp. Okay, that's cool. Now what?
Oh yeah.
You've been learning for fucking 3 years. Now what? Do you think that's enough to get you saved? A goddamn emoji?
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Get out there. Go to your local camp, right? Start meeting up with the brothers. And if you're far away and there's no camps by you, maybe you might have to start a camp, man. Now I'll say this, just a side note. Of course, make sure that you're built up, rooted, grounded, all that. But man, by 3 years, you should have read the scriptures, all right, front and back. You should know the breakdowns, and you should be able to go out there and teach, man.
Yeah. And I have something what you said. It's Ezekiel 33 and 31. And they come on to thee as the people coming. Yeah, that's why I asked him to come back. This is Ezekiel 33 and 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear my words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their hearts go after their covetousness.
You see this all the time. Everything, we're camping, you hear beep beep.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Look at that. Out the windows. You know what I'm saying?
We got long ass dreadlocks and a fucking, a backwood in their mouth.
We're gonna come in and tell you, yeah, you gonna fuck this place up. Yeah, this place is crazy. Keep on walking.
Right.
What's the Lord's name, huh? Look at that.
Still eat pork and shit.
Mm-hmm. See, they don't know the Lord, man. Now I'm not gonna say I know all the judgment of the Lord. I know one thing. He said, follow this path, follow these scriptures, and you're gonna get a life. He said, you could go outside of that, you're gonna get death. How many niggas outside of that right now? The 2/3. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been amongst them. Oh yeah, so they like said, fucking fist pump Israelites, man. They watch the videos. They think it's entertainment, pretty much, man. They watch the videos. They know what we teach and stuff, but they don't do what the scriptures say, man. They think that their lip service is gonna be enough.
This is James 1 and 22. This is but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
So you got to be a doer of the word, just not a hearer. Okay, yeah, it's good that you're listening. It's good that you're taking heed. But as we mentioned in the class, you got to start applying the things that you read, things that you hear in the videos to your life. Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
And then, Spirit want you to be on how it's about to teach. You got to do that, man. Like as the lesson say, it's more than just doing videos and going to campsite. There's a lot more to the truth than that, man. All right.
I mean, sometimes you gotta be a faithful friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be a counselor. Sometimes you gotta be an exhorter. Sometimes you gotta be an encourager. Sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. Sometimes you gotta open up your house. Sometimes you gotta go give a ride. And then sometimes you gotta stay there and wait for them. And then give them a ride out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them, but it's not grievous, and it builds up the body, and it builds you up.
Yeah, Jake said, like said, when it comes to pass, you should know a prophet being among it, and you're gonna regret not taking heed and doing what the hell you're supposed to do, man. Thinking this is a joke, man. But go ahead, Russ.
Verse 23, it says, "For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he is."
Motherfucker look in the mirror and then forget what he look like.
Mm-hmm.
Who do that? Oh shit, I got my nose ring. But did I kick that booger out? Nigga, you just was in the mirror. But that's the wicked, man. And because they go right back into the vomit, the hypocrites, bullshit, man.
Hey, man, your dog, I literally, seen him throw up and eat his vomit. He can throw up back up, man. You know.
And that's what beasts do.
Yeah.
Right? But we supposed to eat this and consume this roll, and in our mouth is sweet. By the time we start experiencing and living this shit, it gets bitter. Right? But guess what? They can keep eating. And keep enduring the what? Amarika, the bitter. I'm bitter to you. Right? Yahushua said, "Can you drink of this cup?" You surely will drink of this cup. So are you drinking of the cup? Or are you cool? Or matter of fact, are you like ISCPK having fun and smoking blunts in Israel? Alright? If you can't see the Most High is drawing a line and saying who you fucking with and who he not, that's on you. Right? If you want to go to a guy who they all wear the same, and then their leadership will come in riding on horses, Yahushua came on a donkey. What? He shouldn't even know a donkey or a horse. He's actually walked his ass up and just had a service and got the fuck out of there. Having pageant shows. You know what I'm saying? This shit's mad, but the Lord is showing the separation of who he's dealing with.
Wow. Okay, another one real quick. This is Sirach 37:19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. You know, because at the end of the day, that type of individual is not online. So that's the same thing the wicked Sadducees and Pharisees were doing. They could quote scriptures front and back. They probably read the whole roll, 7 times. But yeah, what was their fault? They didn't have faith and they weren't online.
And then they didn't get the understanding from Yahushua. See, Mosai is so cold-blooded. Daniel was a prophet. But then he told Evans, Daniel didn't understand everything the Lord gave him. Right? You got to get this from, like the scripture says, how will you hear without a teacher? Without a preacher? You got to, this is disseminated from Yahweh to Yahushua, from Yahushua to King David on down to the elect. And then our elders who the Lord has set up, Apostle Tahar on down. We get it from them. And then the elders of camps, we teach it to the young men coming up and build it. When we have issues, we take it to the elders. All right, the elders take it to the apostles and so forth. This is an order to it. That's how the Lord communicates and goes up and down throughout the ranks to make sure His will be done. What are you doing to help fulfill His will be done? Okay, what are you doing? All right. Some more now. All right, who got something?
I have one real quick. This is James chapter 2 and 17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone. Yea, man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. You see, you got a lot of guys that say, you know, they believe, right? But they don't really have works, man. Like I said, it's much more than just going to camp, all right, cursing out Esau, the black woman, all right, you know, screaming, that's right, okay? It's much more than that, than, you know, doing your videos, you know, look how the others said, are you growing? Are you maturing? Or are you still, are you staying stagnant, man? Are you that same guy that you know, that came, when you first came in? You shouldn't, you know, shouldn't even be the same, all right? Brothers should know there's a difference in you, you know, as time progresses, okay?
Still got the filth on me.
You know?
Still filthy, man.
And then I'll say this too, you know, when you grow, you know, what do they call those growing pains? Yeah, they don't feel good, you know, obviously when it first happens, all right? But, you know, after the growing pains are done, so to speak, you know, now you're better, right? Okay? Again, the shit sucks, but you got to go through it, man. You have to. It's a requirement, man. It's required.
As Jacques says, the Lord is putting us through these things for our betterment, to make us better men. You know, and this is what it is. Are you? Huh?
The majority of Jakes don't understand that.
You have to grow.
They take it as an evil thing. The Lord's picking them.
Yeah. Jay starts getting their emotions.
Yeah.
Well, why the hell is getting on me? Why is this brother getting on me? Why not?
Oh, well, you must be perfect, man.
The fuck? Shit, man. The second, man, you give rebuke, you should be just in a humble state. Like, shit, let me just shut the fuck up and just listen. I don't even want to fuck up. Fuck that. Let me hear what's going on, because you got to remember, first off, if you really believe in this truth, right? Then you should know that what? The Lord speaks through his men.
Right.
So if they're cursing you out, that's really the Lord cursing you out.
Really?
Okay? Then you should immediately be in that spirit of, okay, I got to examine myself. Let me, you know, take what these men are saying, all right? And you know, and meditate on it and go from there. You know, let me see what I got to do, you know, to get better.
Yeah, it's better to take heed to the man who the Lord dealing with, because if the Lord got to step in, you don't want that, man.
Exactly. And like I was telling the younger brothers, look, if you don't want to listen, look, the spirit is undefeated. It's 144K and 0. Okay? All right? And look, the spirit wins every time. It never fails. Every time. The old saying, your arms are too short to box with the Most High, man.
Oh, it's funny, man. I remember this when they first got on YouTube. They had a title, your arm too short to box with the guy. They were people some midget on a crate, man. Some damn woman. The sound with the damn speakers and stuff.
This is from Kazakh. Howard, he said, he posted a couple more. 1 Timothy 4:16. Take heed, which means to guard, watch, protect, watch your ass. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. All right? The doctrine. The doctrine will tell you got help, you got governments, we have some are teachers. He said all members are the same. He said no. Now some brothers got multi-titles and offices because the apostles, are they apostles? Yes. Are they teachers? Yes. Are they governments? Yes. Do they help? Yeah. They might have several offices, But what can you do for the Lord? What's in your spiritual wallet? Right? What talent did the Lord give you? Because the Lord said He's given every man talents. Right? And He said, now go out and occupy till I come. So then you got to take that talent and come back with some produce. Right? You got produce. You got fruit. All right? Because a tree should be what? So what kind of fruit is in your tree? So don't get complacent. Don't think all we got to do is As long as I show what they can, as long as I go do my 3 mandatory videos, no mandatory video my ass. The Lord might say do 15 this week.
Oh, it's
This is my second one today.
It's 9 o'clock. All right, everybody.
I remember one time, I think I was a Rapaya. You know, I was Rapaya hanging out during the day. We did 6 videos that same day.
Yeah. That's how it goes. You know, there might be a day you miss because of whatever happened in the course of that day. I sometimes miss here and there, might be busy here and there. But I promise you, that one day you just fired up in the spirit, meditative. That's another thing. Meditate on the Lord. Give me that Psalms, first chapter. You know, it might be, meditate on the Lord. Just let the Lord. He cussed me out periodically when I meditate on the Lord. And he's like, man, you used to do this all the time. Meditate, come talk to me. Lord, he'll put a guilt trip on your ass.
Yeah, that's part of examining yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do that. Man.
Quiet in your mind.
Yeah. You your own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
This Psalm chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
Meditate on the Most High. Meditate on Him. Meditate on His Word. Right? And grow.
Another precept is Sirach 22:17. A heart settled upon a thought of understanding is as a fair plastering on the wall of a gallery. Right? So, when you go to the museum, the art museums, you check out the paintings, you examine it, you really gaze on it. You think about it, and that's how you should be, with this truth. You really, let it marinate in your mind.
That's right.
All right?
Always ask the Lord, what can I do for you, Lord? What would you have me to do? Right? How can I be his better servant? Think about King Solomon. The Lord said, what do you want, Solomon? What can we give you? He said, man, Lord, you made me king over these people. So great a people. Man, I need some wisdom. How am I supposed to judge these guys? They're crazy. There's a lot of these motherfucking niggas, right? Oh, ain't nothing new with the sun. You had niggas back in the world, back in the ancient world. Nabal by name was a fool. And he was during the time of King David. So there's some niggas, Nabal type spirits are here today. All right. You had Absalom spirits back then, you got them here today. Can't tell me nothing. I'm good looking. I'm glorious. I got my shit together. Perfect deep, don't this and that. You do too much on you. God ain't only dealing with you. That ain't nothing new under the sun. Niggas and niggas. Right. Now the difference is when you have righteous rulership, you get less bullshit. And then we get wicked rulership, you get more bullshit. Did we have more or less righteous kings? Less. And then in the northern kingdom was 0. Not one of them was a righteous king. Right? So know that. Know where we come from, man. Know your history, man. And strive. Well, matter of fact, get that. Strive for mastery. We can start wrapping it up. Somebody get strive for the masteries. Anybody, any last closing scriptures? Go ahead.
This is Revelation 2 and 1. It says, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus, write, these things saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, will walk in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. It says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars, and hast borne and has patience for my name's sake, has labored, and has not fainted. So the Lord's basically saying, look, I know what you guys used to do. You used to do this and that. Yeah, you were on fire, right? Verse 4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. It says, so we gotta remember our first love, right? Like the elder Uriah was saying, like when we came to the truth, we were hot, we were on fire, we were beating, we were just trying to be point as much as possible. So guess what? We gotta do the same thing, especially now. Like what is it? Romans 13. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. So even like when we see a finish line, hey, we gotta go hard. It's, it says verse 5, remember therefore from whence thou art fallen and repent. That feeling you get when you find out you're an Israelite. Damn, all this madness.
Mm-hmm. Oh
You know?
man, that was heavy, bro. I had snot coming down my nose that was hanging like this, one from each nostril. I was hurt. I was mad. I was happy. I was feeling every emotion, bro. On the good side and the bad side. I was happy that I came to this understanding. Mad that I didn't get it before. You know what I'm saying? Angry at Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Angry at myself. I was really mad at myself. Because once you come into the truth, you see how wicked you are.
Oh, yeah.
And you might have thought you was a nice guy. He was, I ain't trying to be on no bullshit. And then Lord starts showing showing your ass to you, showing your pride that you didn't know you had, showing your tendencies or quirks or things that you do that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? Or just off tendencies. And sometimes some shit go under the radar for years. You never know. So the Lord be like, huh? So your hands up. And then you have to measure yourself up and do hardness and atone.
Sometimes you still might be begging the Lord for forgiveness. A thought come to your mind, something you did wicked in the world, you still slap you up. Pray for you to have mercy on you.
Yes.
And all those feelings, what did they make us do? It made us go hard for the Lord. It made us, be on point. So it's the same thing. Revelations 2:5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works.
Do what?
The first works. Or else I will come unto thee quickly, and I will remove that candlestick out of his place, except I repent.
Period.
I got one right there. What you had called for Romans 13:11. It say, and that knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Do you know the time we're living in? We're talking, this is the precipice of the kingdom. This is the downfall of Esau, Edom. Time of Jacob's trouble. Unlike any other time, seditions among men, people ravishing the women and going in houses and everything we've been prophesying is at the gates, at the door. Go ahead.
It say, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It's nearer. Every day, this scripture is coming closer and closer to being thoroughly manifested. Okay. Anybody else got something?
Start from the mastery. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 24. Know ye not that they which won in the race run all, but one receiveth the prize?
See, that movie, saw the movie Incredibles, and then it's like the son was fast as hell, running in school, and he said, "Go for second, honey, go for second." No, man, we striving for the masteries, man. We're striving to be first place in Yahweh Shah. We want to be in the sanctum. You want to hear, "Well done, O good and faithful servant, enter ye in." I want to hear that. Go ahead, brother.
1 Corinthians 9:24. Know ye not that they which run in the race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Striving for the masteries. They try to make sure you're good in the Hebrew, or you're good in the prayers. You know how to. You're the priest of the Lord. Do you know the anointing prayer by heart? Right? Do you know the blessings on our people? Do you know the curses? Do you know the Lord's Prayer? Right? Do you got the breakdowns? Right? Are you growing? Are you on a level? Are you just striving for the masteries? Or are you trying to just glide by? And that goes to, the topic that some, brothers kind of, ease on down the road. See, like I said earlier, you got that zippity-doo-dah, zippity-hey spirit going off, like just skipping. It's like this winter wonderland or some shit. No, this is hell. This is Salu. These Lord is looking for those who are sighing and crying for all these abominations. Prophets rising up early saying, do not this abominable thing that I hate. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 9:25, every man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
We're not shadow boxing. All right, we run. We in it. We in the fight. We in the fight. Go ahead.
But I keep under my body.
You what?
But I keep under my
He said,
body.
I keep under my body. So my body starts getting lax. The wife's been on. They said, stop it. Let me go ahead and do a video. Then we go ahead and fast. Let me go ahead and pray. Let me call the brother. Let me call the elder. Let me do something for you today, Lord. What do you have me to do? Go ahead.
But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
That's the fear. Every one of them righteous, hopeful, believe like men is not to be a castaway. Not for the Lord to reject this gift that we're giving him, but to accept it and say, well done. That comes with a thorough, total commitment to Yahweh Shalom Shai. From the rooter to the two, and the Most High knows what you can give. He knows who you are, and He knows your limit. Are you giving Him your all? Are you running this race running off? Anybody else got scripture? There you go. Okay.
Hey, with that, hopefully this was an edifying one, and they just, take heed of what was being said, because you got a lot of guys out there, just in general, women too, whoever, women too. Stop being an autopilot, okay? Stop being complacent. Stop, stop being too fucking comfortable. All right? Say that again.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Say it loud.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Come on, can I get that on it? Come on now, if I can. This is, because we brought this out in class too. This is Philippians chapter 2 and 12, and it reads, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Okay, so just don't do this in front of brothers. What would it be, a Saturday Israelite? All right, a class Israelite. This is a 24/7 thing.
Don't do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Do the maximum that you can.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
That's good.
That's it. Anything else?
Got it.
All right, with that, hopefully this was edifying. With that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadosh.
Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom and the Bob of Ball.
Above.
Turn those machines back on. Sell, Wilson, sell. What about